Hello and welcome to a chess game from the Netflix series Queen's Gambit. So Queen's Gambit is a series about Beth Harmon, a young chess prodigy, and her way up to chess mastery. I'm not going to spoil the show here. I'm only talk about chess, but I have to say that the chess part was really done very well in the series, and it's actually no wonder because they had the best possible consultant for this job. The great Garry Kasparyan was helping Netflix, and he chose very many beautiful games to be showcased in this series, and this is going to be one of them. So the game in the series is played by Beth Harmon and Harry Beltik, but the original game is actually it's a real game. It was played between Nezhmetdinov, one of the greatest attackers of all times essentially, and actually this game is going to show one of his best combinations. And his opponent is Kasparyan, who is more known as a chess composer. I mean, he's probably the best chess composer ever. His studies are just truly beautiful. So if you're interested in this stuff, really check them out because they are just amazing. So this is the original game from 1955. Yeah. So let's go to the series now. So here you can check out, not here, sorry. Here you can check out a photo from the series. So here is Beth playing against Harry, and you can also check out the opening of the game. So yeah, let's go to the game. So it's a Caro-Kann. You could have seen this from the picture. So e4, c6, knight f3, d5, knight c3, bishop g4. Actually an opening that's very popular even these days. Takes, e6, g3, g6, bishop g2, very standard moves even today. Castle, knight d7, queen e2. And if we stop here to summarize what this opening is about, so white has the two bishops for sure, but the position is fairly closed. And black has a great grip over the center. This d5 pawn is very strongly protected, so black likely going to play some knight e7 move and try to keep the position closed. His knights are going to be quite good. It's going to be white's task to try to open up the position and show that the bishops are actually an advantage. But here black plays quite a committal move. Kasparyan plays the move d4. The problem is that for sure you are fixing the center, which is actually usually good against the pairs of bishop, but white will have the advantage later to try to attack with f4, g4, and try to attack in the king side because the center is closed. So let's see how the game goes. It goes knight b1, e5, d3, knight e7, f4. So I will be quite quick until some critical point in the game, because then it gets interesting from that point onwards. So queen c7, a4. If it's quite a nice move, it tries to stop some b5 ideas, and the white knight might end up on c4. Castle. And here also white plays this committal move f5. So white really wants to checkmate black on the king side. Comes f6, knight d2, bishop h6. That's a good move. The plan is to sort of pin the knight along this diagonal, and whenever this knight leaves, black can exchange one pair of bishops, so the white bishop pair will be eliminated. Comes king h2, king h8, takes, knight f3. And as mentioned, now black takes on c1 and rook takes back. Comes knight c5, and actually if we here again evaluate the position, we can say that black is doing completely fine. There is no more bishop pair. This g2 bishop for the timing is actually quite weak, and black has some kind of play on the queen side. Now this pawn is hanging, so the game is more or less balanced. Now comes c3, trying to undermine the center. Knight b3, rook d1, rook d8, knight h4. So it's now white slowly tries to develop some sort of attack. And here comes actually a nice plan for white. So for queen c8, actually I invite you to stop the video for the first time here and try to figure out how to improve the position for white. So as I mentioned, white's weak point is really this bishop, and with this move knight f3 h4 earlier, he prepared, or actually it's hard to say, so he Nezhmetdinov, but she, so Beth in the game, in the series, sorry. So white made this knight h4 move in order to prefer bishop f3 and to improve the bishop on g4. Now comes queen e6, bishop g4, queen f7, knight goes back because the knight doesn't do much on h4, queen g8, quite a passive move actually, h4, so at some point white can retreat to h3 with the bishop, king g7, rook f2, trying to double up along this half open f-file, rook d6, rook f1, rook d8 back, so black has not much clue what to do, queen c2 here, b6. And at this point actually there's a clip in the series, so again actually I invite you to stop the video and try to figure out the best move. Here there are two good moves, one that is played by Nezhmetdinov in the game, and actually the same move will be played by Beth in the series as well. But in the series also Beth is shown to be thinking, and actually the very best move is what she's thinking about. So now stop the video if you want to figure out yourself, because otherwise I will show the clip which reveals the best move. Okay, so here is the clip. No, just a second. No, yeah. So here is the clip. Sorry for the delay. So here is Beth thinking, and you can actually see what was the best move. Yeah. So again, now you should really know what the best move was. But she was only considering this, and actually she did not play this move. And of course they didn't want to deviate from the original game, because the ending of the original game is actually beautiful. So they wanted to show that. Okay. So yeah, c4 is the best move, trying to fix the center here. This black knight has to now retreat, and there could come some b4 and some a5 later, opening up the queen side. And white is doing well, white is actually close to winning. The pieces are incredibly good, and the quick so actually if you're attacking, you basically, the black pieces are all looking more or less to the queen side. If you can quickly switch sides, which you could with b4, a5 and opening up the files there, then usually the opponent has not much resources to defend. So this quick shift to the queen side would have been granting a large advantage for the white pieces. But this is not what happened. In the game and most in the series, Beth decided to play the move h5, further weakening the king side of the opponent. This is actually also quite a good move. So now comes c5, takes on c3, takes back, c4 trying to create some counterplay, d4, e takes d4, and here actually there is a super strong computer move. So if you want, you can stop the video and try to figure out that move. Otherwise, I will just tell you. So here actually the move knight h4 is close to be winning immediately. And the point is that white is threatening to play e5, and once black takes on e5, there will be rook f7 check coming, and black is just collapsing. So black can even make this very strong protected pass pawn. After queen d1, the e5 move is not possible to protect against, and white is going to just break through. So yeah, but this is some computer move. The game went on much more normally. Comes c takes d5, and c takes d4, knight takes d4, exchange, and again the move e5. The same plan as I mentioned before. And so now black cannot protect this pawn, and he played the move f5. Actually here the best move would have been queen d5 with the plan of rook d2 check, and if white takes this rook, then you can give this rook d2 check, and the position is still incredibly complicated. But after f5, actually white's attack is going to well, it's very close to breaking through. So white took on f5, comes queen d5, bishop e6 with this sort of discovered attack. If you take on f2 with a check in between move, then queen takes back, and still now queen f8 is the big threat. So this doesn't work. So black's only move here is rook h8 check in between move again. Now white has to retreat with the bishop, otherwise he gets checkmated on h1. So bishop h3. And here actually there is only one move that defends the black position. But if I tell you that one move, that would also spoil the tactical motive that white has. So I'll make the move that happened in the series and in the actual game. And now it's your turn to try to figure out how to win with white. And then after you figure that, I will show you what the best defense was. Alright, so hopefully you found out. So after knight g6, the crushing move is rook f7 check. Now the king has to move. So if you take on f7, then the problem is that white's king arrives on f5, and the black king is going to be checkmated very soon. So black has to move out. And well, if you haven't figured it out yet, again, I invite you to stop the video and try to find the mating moves. Yeah, so what is the mate? The mate starts with the beautiful queen takes g6 jack. It is actually forced, so king has to take back. Now comes rook f6 check. There is only way up. Rook f5 check. King goes back. This rook comes. King h7. This rook back. Rook g5. King h7. And bishop f5 check. And this is not just check, it is checkmate. So yeah, this was this beautiful finish. I hope you found it. So now if we go back to this point, there is one more exercise for you. Try to figure out the best way to defend here. So what was the motive in the game? The motive in the game was that this queen was activated along this this diagonal. So the best way to defend here is to try to prevent this. And that is to play the move rook d3, shutting out this this queen. And the computer says that after this black has enough counterplay. But obviously there's huge complications, rook f7 and so on. But rook d3 is the only move that actually can save black. The game continuation, as I showed, is just made in a few moves. Yeah, so but this was a beautiful queen sacrifice, right? So this is quite nice. So this is about this game. Let me know what you think about this and whether you're interested in looking at other games from this series. There are plenty of other very interesting and beautiful games. Some of them are actually shown as the original ones, and some of them are actually even improved upon. Yeah, so that's about this game. And actually, I forgot to mention this. So we had this Twitter clip. So the clip from Twitter. I have shown you. So this is not. So I have shown you this clip from a Twitter of Olympiu G. Erkan. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly. So he's sort of a chess historian, or like a journalist who is interested in chess, and he did a very thorough research of what happened in this series and what is true, what is not true. So I invite you to check out his Twitter channel and really look at this, look at his research. It shows a lot about the series. So yeah, that's it actually. So let me know if you're interested in more games about this thing. So you can write comment, or you can like this video. You can subscribe to the channel to show that you actually are interested in this stuff. And well, yeah, depending how interested you are in this, well, may see in another video about the Queen's Gambit Netflix series. So see you next time.